Hello everyone, welcome back to Business Central Musings. We started last week with what's new in Business Central 2025 Wave 1 with moving tables between extensions, and we learned about new properties like MoveFrom, MoveTo, and obsolete state moved. Have a look at this video. MoveFrom, MoveTo, moving tables between extensions. And yeah, it's a short video, it's 10 minutes, and it goes over what you need to do, what properties you need to fill up in order to move tables between extensions. This video is not about MoveTo or MoveFrom, but about a new method that arrives with runtime 15 and BC 26. And this is convert simple type values to text using new ToText method. If I wanted to display a message containing an integer, for example, I should have the way to do it until runtime 15 was using the format function. So we would use message format and the variable name. With the Dynamics 365 Business Central 2025 Wave 1 release arriving on April 1st, developers get a brand new tool in their AL toolbox. This is the ToText, and as you can see in the Microsoft Learn page, it can be applied to variables like BigInteger, Boolean, byte, date, DateTime, decimal, duration, GUID, integer, label, time, and version. What is not seen here, but I found it. I found it in the Microsoft Base App code. There is also a usage for TextBuilder. We can use the ToText for TextBuilder data type. Let's have a look at one example I built. I took most of the data types, and I wanted to see if indeed the ToText is available for these data types. And for example, BigInteger, I took a variable bi and I initialized it with a decimal, and then as you can see, we can use the ToText method for a BigInteger. The same can be said about booleans. B is a boolean, and we can apply the ToText function method. Before, we would have to say message format B, but no longer. We can use the B ToText. It's very similar to ToString from C#, where almost any base data type has the capability of converting that variable to a string. I also took a code variable. It says defined as code 10, but you'll see that if we try to use code variable ToText, that is not available, and yeah, code 10 cannot be used with ToText. I took also a date variable. You see it here is date, and I initialized it to the date, January 1st, 2020. And for date variables, yes, we can use DateFormula. No, this didn't work, and we can see we get a compile error. For DateTime, DT, I initialized it with the function current DateTime, CSM function current DateTime, and we can see that we can indeed see the function, see the value, the function ToText. We are able to use the ToText for a DateTime function. If float or decimals works, ToText, then duration. We're gonna see soon what we're displaying for a duration of 10. Similarly, we took an integer. I took an integer, and we can see we can apply the ToText. I took an enum, and you can see the enum being defined here. 0, 10, 20, 30, and we have A, B, and C. But for this one, that didn't work either. The compiler is not equipped yet with displaying the caption or the number as a string, as a text for enum values. T is text, and again we can see T is text, and it didn't work because it's already text. GUID, I took a variable of type GUID, and I create the GUID. I initialize the GUID variable with the result of create GUID, and we saw that ToText can be applied to that variable. And also TB, which is TextBuilder variable, I appended 1, 2, and 3, and at the end I applied ToText, and that was possible. Let's see how that looks like when we run this code unit. If we follow side by side, the first one was in integer, and we see it is 10. We were expecting that. Then for the Boolean, the value displayed is true, the word true. For date variable, we get January 1st, 2020, 01/01/20. For date time, we get the current time, 10:13 p.m., and this is 21st of March, as we can see it here in the system clock. And let's see the float or the decimal, 0.01. It shows exactly what we were expecting. Then we get 10 milliseconds. So for a duration of 10, we get displayed 10 milliseconds. For an integer 10, we get the string 10. And for GUID, we create a GUID and then we display it here. And then for TextBuilder, we get 1, 2, 3. So conclusions, we can apply to almost all simple data types. It didn't work for label. I tried label, but it didn't work. And for code, it didn't work. For text, and what else? Code and date form. For code, for DateFormula, didn't work, and for enums, it didn't work, and for text, it didn't work. It's because most of them are already text, except the enum. Enum is an integer, but yeah, we can't yet convert to string, to text. And if you want to see an example of how Microsoft is using ToText, let's look at table. I found one, 5384. The function is get all valid fields. You see there is a variable here, TextBuilder, which we see sporadically using the method append to append various field numbers. Here we get a few other append functions called, but then somewhere at the end we see Microsoft using the function TextBuilder to text. And there are many other functions, and you'll be able to see them while you browse through Microsoft source code. So yeah, ToText is it's a powerful new addition to converting non-text types, especially yeah, the usage of the ToText with text builders. It's welcome. Just don't use it when the data type is already text. because that's gonna give you a compile error. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.